for stopping by. Here we are with another live live to help you understand and share more knowledge. So, with that being said, my name is Faizal Garasia, and I am a mortgage agent with Dominion Lending Center Mortgage House. And here I also have Gillette, who is helping me with the live. So thank you, Gillette. We'll get going. She's also done the presentations as well. So let's get going. Gillette, I can take the control there. All I have to do is this, right? Perfect. So before we begin, a couple of practices I've learned over the time, and I'm just sharing this with you. If you do it or not, it's really up to you. A quiet place is ideal for better understanding. The phone, if you put your phone on mobile mode, silent mode, it will help with avoiding interruptions. Multitasking, like checking email, sending text, etc., takes you away from what you can learn. And sitting down really helps with staying present. Staying present really helps you understand and grasp and not miss out on that golden nugget that you will be given in this presentation. With that being said, the topic is mortgage agents. And thank you for attending. It'll take about, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to zoom through and I will answer the questions if you write them in the comment, and I'll answer at the end of the presentation. You'll learn at the end of this presentation, you'll learn what a mortgage agent is and why you should work with them. The best way to connect with us is call, text. There's also Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, website, all of it. And if you don't want to speak to someone and still want all the bells and whistles, you can download the app. It's right here, faizalgarasia.com. If you have Apple or Android, it's available on both stores. And it's easy. All you have to do is go on the website, click on those icons, and you get that downloaded. You don't need to even fill out anything. Just download, and once you download, it will give you all the details. If you want to fill out any details, that's really up to you. So you can stay anonymous and still download and use the app. With that being said, let's jump in. What is a mortgage agent? So in Canada, typically, if you want to get a mortgage, bank is the first place you think of. However, there are many other individuals, professionals that can help you with your mortgage. And bank employee is a bank's representative. So at the end of the day, they have the core interest of the bank to be protected and looked after first. Versus a mortgage professional, a mortgage agent has your interest at heart. And by the way, agents have a lot more options than bank representatives. And we'll get into that more. But the options wise, your mortgage agent has more than the bank professional. A mortgage agent is a professional who represents your interest in the mortgage process, and that truly is. There are certain things that do help your application. There are certain things that don't, and the things that do, mortgage agents seem to emphasize it. The ones that don't, they try to not emphasize and make sure your application looks attractive to a mortgage company. And that's the key. That's the way, that's the best way to get a mortgage, is making sure You work on your application in such a way that it looks attractive to the mortgage company. Remember, at the end of the day, the money comes from the mortgage company for your home. So you want to make sure it's like a job application. You want to make sure your application is crisp. On the next slides, we'll discuss what exactly mortgage agents do. So only a few clients, I would say a handful, would know what a role of mortgage agent is. But typically, they have a wide range of responsibilities and tasks to fulfill. First is explaining. Mortgage agents are very good at taking the jargons, the terminologies, and turning them into simple, more understandable, everyday words. They also review um, your scenario, and they also look at the product and see if that is a good match for you. Remember, mortgage is not one size fits all. It's not, and it's got so many different products. There's variable, there's fixed, there's you name it. There's short term, long term, open, closed, home equity line, hybrid. There's a whole lot. And there are home equity lines that are hybrid that also allows variable and fixed. So mortgages are like, very similar to, if you think about it, it's part of financial planning. You really have to plan for the mortgage in such a way that it's helping you get ahead in life, not behind. And by helping you get ahead, mortgage agent protect your interest to make sure you are getting ahead financially. They look at different services, different products that the mortgage lenders are offering. And depending on circumstance, they will give you helpful recommendations. Again, they don't make the decision for you. You as a client have to make the decision. For example, when I sit down with a client and when I'm explaining, I give them 2 to 3 choices that, hey, from everything that I've seen on your application, we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. And out of this, here's the pros and cons. And based on that, only a client knows their situation the best. So based on that, they'll select, Faisal, I like this more than this for this reason or such. Now I want you to break down, out of these 5 that you've given, these 2 look like the best for me. Now I want you to dig down and help me understand why one is better than the other for my scenario. And remember, it's not about the product, it's about the scenario that you are in and which one is better. They also, by the way, negotiate the rates on your behalf. I've had clients that call me saying, hey, my bank is offering this. Can you do any better? Actually, many of times I can do better and explain better, do a better rate, and help the client get ahead in life in various different ways. One of them is definitely saving on the interest, but that's not the only part. There's many more. However, interest is a key point on how we can, because there are lenders that do better rate than a bank, for sure. Many of them are out there, and the contracts are better. Contracts are easier to move from one institution to another. Banks have something called as collateral charges, which not every lender has. And when you have a collateral charge, moving to another bank that's giving you, another institution that's giving you a better interest rate, is not possible. You have to, if it's a standard charge, you can. If it's a collateral charge, you have to discharge and go through the whole lawyer hassle. So there's a cost involved and a process. So there's many more aspects. Like, I mean, what mortgage agents do, I can only cover so much in this short span of time. There's a whole lot more. And now that I'm doing this video, as I'm doing this live, I am coming to realization that not a lot of individuals, clients like you, know the difference. And once you know the difference, it's easier to make a decision. Do I want to go to the bank or do I want to go to the mortgage agent? And out of mortgage agents, who do I want to go to? I've been in the industry for 15 plus years. Experience matters versus someone who's been in the industry for 1 year. There's a whole lot of difference. I've seen 15 years of spring, fall, and winter. Spring, fall, and winter. Like every season, the real estate is slightly different. There's so much. There's so much. I can't even speak the words. It's like the brain has so much, but the words can only come out in so many ways. And the slide really helps me with my communication part, because and Jolette is great at taking my words and putting them on the slide, because it helps me. It gets my thoughts out. And you learn, if you connect with me once, you will understand how you have by calling me, you will see your interest is protected from day one. So in any case, I'm going to get going, because otherwise it will just take forever here. So negotiating interest rates, we're very good at it. I know exactly which lender to go to get the best rate, best product. Why? And if your file has a little bit of I would say there are some challenges, then I also know which mortgage company to go to, because at the end of the day, the goal is to buy that home or refinance that home at the lowest interest rate with the least amount of hassle. That's the goal. There's no point in jumping through the hoops and getting caught in one of the hoop where, oh, you can't fulfill this condition, we cannot give you a mortgage. Here you are, a month or two later, you've wasted so much time, can't get through. Mortgage agents work environment, and a little bit of share. And I would love to, I'm in a studio right now, so it's a bit challenging, but I should do a live off my office and maybe some action. It will help you understand. There's calls that come in from clients, from mortgage companies, from underwriters, and it's a busy day. Mortgage agents are extremely mortgage agents are busy, but they find time when for clients and such. So are typically seen in office type environment. You'll see them office type environment, but not the ones where you'll see where it's easy to approach and such, because due to privacy, we have to keep ourselves in such a way that we're protecting the privacy. For example, if I'm working on a client approaches, I have to lock the computer. There's no choice. It's understandable, and it's part of the code of conduct and such. So they also travel for work meetings. They work with regular business hours. Most of them, not necessarily me. I start early, I finish late. I also am present on Saturday. I'll also answer calls on Sunday, and so on. So it really depends on the person. However, I believe, I'm a true believer that you should be able to speak to someone when you need information. It's no questions. Information should be easily accessible. Either that's through web, through text, through phone, wherever it is. You as a client should be able to access information at any given point and at any given time. I've answered calls at 11 12:30 at night when the client got their power of sale notice. Like they came home from work and they opened the door, and there you go, they saw a power of sale notice. And it just, I got a call then, because the first thing they did is started looking up mortgage agents. Here you go, they saw my name, saw reviews, saw everything that I had online, called me, and we were able to start the application. I stayed up until 1:30, start the application, get it all done at the best I can. And then next morning, 9 o'clock, the file was at the lawyer, at the lender's office. So there have been times, but in any case, as I said, I can keep going, and this live will get stretched, and that's not the goal. Mortgage agents are most seen to work for not really banks. We do a lot of mortgages with banks if it's the right fit for the client, but they work. They work for mortgage companies, most of them, like Dominion Lending Center. It's a mortgage brokerage. And by the way, Dominion Lending Center also has our own mortgages. So we, as Dominion Lending Center mortgage agents, we provide mortgages from our own company, and we also can get you a mortgage from, let's say, TD Bank, Credit Union, so on and so forth. So, and that's just, TD was just a name that came to my mind, but there's, I bank with them, so it's a bit of a, it comes instantly. But other than that, all of the companies, we are allowed to do mortgages with them. And we look at the client, we look at client scenario and see who is the best fit. Rate is one most important aspect. And the next important aspect we look for is the best fit. Some of them are employed by lending institutions or a broker, so on and so forth. And you'll find all that information. The source is right there underneath the slide. I welcome you to go onto the site and look for more information if you need. And you're also welcome to give me a call. I am always available. I try not to miss any calls. And with that, my goal is to help you get your new home with a smooth mortgage process. I mean, of course, not just new home. My goal is also to finance your existing home. Getting a new home or existing home, your rental home, your second home, your cottage, anything that needs a mortgage, I can help you with it. With that being said, we are at the end of last slide, and I want to truly take a minute and say thank you to all of you who are attending this. And I've tried to keep it under 25 minutes, and here we are at 18. You can call, text, you'll get me directly at that number. There's also Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, and websites, both of them, Best Rate Mortgage, FaizalGarasia.com. There's a ton of information out there. Make sure to use it. Take some time, read, understand. If you have a challenge, if you don't understand something, pick up the phone and give me a call and tell me, Faizal, I'm looking at this and I can't seem to understand this part. I will help you break it down. I will give you my time and we can get through together. With that being said, thank you very much for attending. I will be ending this live now. If you have any questions, any concerns, write in the comment and I will respond immediately. Thank you.